Uh, YouTube is a bag of shit. I want to just put that out there. Um, well. I was trying to do it in a. I even set this live to be in a horizontal position, but apparently YouTube says no, no, no. It's got to be vertical. Um, I don't know. I don't know. I really wish there was another option out there because Facebook sucks, YouTube sucks ass, and yeah, I wish we had another option because um, I don't like these options. Got to put my sunshades on. My future's so bright. Yeah, I specifically set this YouTube to be horizontal, so um, I don't know. I just wish shit would work like it's supposed to one time. Just one time, please, YouTube. Where we at here? Where we at? Trying to go live. Dang, it's bright out there. Dang it, boys. So this YouTube live was supposed to be horizontal. It's not. It's going to be a vertical. So all you guys that hate the vertical out there, just know I set it to horizontal, but YouTube won't let me do it. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I can't really see the damn anything. My Samsung phone did an update about 2 days ago, and I'll be honest with you, I don't like it. I don't like it. I'm not a huge technology guy, but I don't understand why it needed to be updated. I liked how everything worked on it, and now my swipe down screen is different. My everything's different on a damn phone. I don't know why in technology they feel like they got to change things every 2 days, but that's what we do, apparently. Um, let's see here. Let me make sure we got audio. Hell, I ain't even checked that. I better check that first. Yeah, we got audio. We got audio. I don't know. We'll see how long this thing's last. I did not charge my phone battery. I'm doing this off my phone. And yeah, we'll see here. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not a huge technology guy. Like I said, it's got to change every damn 2 minutes. I liked how things were on the phone, honestly. I was like, wow, I haven't had a Samsung phone in about a decade. I'm kind of liking this. And now they've went and changed everything on me, and I don't like it. I don't like change, damn it. Um, what's everybody doing out there today? We making fun of scallywags today. Anybody want to be a scallywag? I'm going to make fun of you. If you go around doing dumb shit, I got the right to make fun of you. It's what I do. Um, oh, me. Yeah, I'm thinking it might be cheaper to beg than it is to work. You know what I mean? It might be cheaper to beg for everything I get than to actually go out and work for it. Um, Miss Richardson's in the house. Hello, hello. Scott Rowland made it in. Red Diesel's in the house. Channel member, thank you. CJ Hudson's in the house. The rookie trucker, come on with it. Yeah, we trying. Damn, it's bright out here. I should have put my sunshade up. Whew. Man, is it bright out today. Super bright. Let's see if I can pull a curtain around like a scallywag. Let's see what we got here. Can't do nothing. I can't do nothing, damn it. Come on, turn her loose. Turn her loose. Come on. Everything's got to be a bag of sheets. There we go. Let's see how that works. Whew. Maybe that block a little bit of it. Not enough. I'll be honest with you. Don't block enough. Let's get that on around there. Maybe that'll work. Whew, there we go. Hell yeah, I'm not getting down blinded. Not getting blinded. All right, I feel better now. I feel better now. Now that I can see what I'm doing here. Yeah, buddy. Waiting on a load for tonight. I got a load about a mile away. So we'll go pick that up. That's a weekend load. And we'll see how it does. Ah. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Who knows? Who knows? Sorry, had to hide that guy. Had to throw him out. Yeah. Yeah, I got no time for bullshit anymore. I'm gonna tell you right now, and that's why I hate doing these horizontal lives, or excuse me, vertical lives. You do a vertical live, and every little dumbass has got to come in and say something, and they don't realize like you playing with somebody that'll whoop your ass in real life. You know what I'm saying? You gonna come in here and talk shit on the YouTube, boy? I'll slap your face like your daddy wouldn't. I promise. I promise. Ain't got no time for no shit no more. I'm over it. Um, Thanks for coming in, everybody. Miss Richardson, I'm not getting any notifications no more. You might have to check and ring that bell again. I don't know. Normally it notifies 30 minutes out, and I think I set the live up when it was less than 30 minutes out. So we'll see. Roger Berry, what's up, Meat Hammer? Not much. Hanging out over here waiting to get loaded. Got me a load going out tonight. I talked to the broker about it. He said there ain't no need to go over there early because they do the inbound loads in the morning and they do the outbound loads in the afternoon. So I said, okay, well, I'll just hang out over here at the truck stop. I'd like to get this load picked up and get it moved down the road a little bit. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to put in another 500 miles or so. Well, I ain't put in 500 yet, but I drove about 100 miles up here to get unloaded this morning, and then I had a load that's about 18 miles away, 16 miles, 18 minutes maybe. I can't remember what it was, but either way, didn't have much of a deadhead, and there's a truck stop in the middle. And let me tell you, this truck stop is full on a Friday afternoon. Yeah, she is maxed out. Like, I bet you when I pull out of this, spot, I bet it won't be 5 minutes. There'll be a truck parked here. It's crazy how full this place is on a Friday. I guess nobody's trucking. Nobody's got loads out there. I'm not sure what it is. CJ Hudson, time for an iPhone. Oh, God, I hate an iPhone. Don't even bring it up. iPhones are the worst. The worst. Yeah, I like the Samsung until they updated it. I don't know why. Every technology company's got to do that, though. They feel like every 6 months they got to change up. Scott Rullis says, only time my plans go right is when I'm trying to piss the old lady off. Yeah, that goes pretty good. I felt like a first day driver over at the PFG this morning. Damn, I was doing the back and forth over there all day. Took me about 5-6 pull-ups to put a trailer in the door over there. And there was no trucks on either side of me. So that throws me off. It's like there's nothing to judge by. You know, if there's a couple trucks in the doors next to you, or for me, it kind of gives me something to judge by. But when there's no other trucks on the whole side of the building, I was literally like the last appointment of the day, I think. I had a 10 o'clock appointment at a PFG, which I found to be a little weird. Normally PFG is like 5 in the morning, you know. So I found that a little weird. The Grumpy Truckers in the house eating taco hell and watching reruns of bum fights. Ooh, there you go. Good times. Good times. I got me the stuff to make some mackerel patties this weekend. I got some mackerel, obviously. Already had eggs, and I got some Panko. Is it Panko or Planko? Some of the like bread they electrocuted breadcrumbs. Got that. Mike's in the house. Good afternoon, Cash. Twin Rivers Wood Products in the house. What's up, bro? Thanks for coming in. John says, I'm done for the weekend. 4,900. I'm good with that. Single, no kids, house paid for, cars, drinking. I'll have one for you. There you go. Have one for me. I do appreciate that. I got to run from the Midwest to North Carolina, and then drop down from North Carolina to Georgia, and get a load home, get a load back to Minnesota. So I was going to go home from here But then they called me and they were like, hey, we got a decent load that's going to North Carolina. You want that? It's a 1-pick, 2-drop, and it's both of them come off Monday. So we'll be empty Monday. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Empty Monday, reload out of Georgia on Tuesday. Probably be home Thursday. Probably take off that whole weekend, next weekend. Probably take off Friday, Saturday, Sunday, leave out again Monday, maybe Tuesday. Really just depends on what's out there, you know. If I can nab something good. Twin Rivers Wood Products is currently sitting in Paris, Kentucky at a Mexican restaurant listening to you. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Bill's in the house. Oh yeah. Randy says, if the truck stop is full, that means good looking lot lizards. Oh, it's funny you say that. There was a girl in the truck stop earlier, and I kind of thought about asking her what the rate was. Heck yeah, man. I wouldn't really, but you know, I am in Iowa. You know, come and go is a tradition in Iowa. I always have to wear my come and go hat when I'm in Iowa. Let everybody know. That's what I do. But, yeah, there was a girl in a truck stop earlier in some booty shorts and some high heels, and she kind of gave me like a street walking vibe. So, you know me. You know me. I always got a few dollars. The smell at this truck stop is unreal, though. It rained here this morning. Oh, the spot I'm parked in, someone dumped some grain like out of a hopper bottom, and that grain got wet, and I guess it's fermenting. Whoo, is that a stinky mess sitting in a parking lot? What is up with that? Last night I parked at a rest area, and same thing. A hopper bottom had like cleaned out their hopper at the damn rest area. Man, it made a stinking mess. I hate the smell of fermenting corn. Ugh. Or soybean or whatever the hell it was. Steve Hunt, hell yeah, FaceTime. Come on with it. That's what we do. Chief Fairholler says, whose face is getting slapped? Oh, that guy that was leaving, comments. You know what I mean? I put up with a lot of stuff, but, you know, racism, everybody's a little racist sometimes, but there's no reason to just be racist in a comment, especially with people you don't even know. You know, it's like, I just don't. People get out of line on YouTube. You know, they think because they're on YouTube they can get away with anything, but that ain't really how it works. Gary Bates, channel member, thumbs up, poop emoji. Gary Bates in the house. Thanks for coming in. John says, give them the smackdown. Yeah, I ain't got time for it no more. I used to, tolerate that stuff on YouTube a little more and just go with it, but now, why? Why would I bother with it? Gary Bates says, hi. What up, Gary Bates? Chief Fairholler, good afternoon from Alabama. Ooh, if I know anything about Alabama, it ain't Georgia. I assume you're empty and going home. You heading to the house right now? What are you doing? Sorry, I'm trying to watch out here and make sure nobody runs into my truck. Seeing what everybody's doing. Steve Hunt opened up a 55-gallon drum of whoop ass. Yeah, sometimes I feel like it. I had a guy block me in at the fuel island yesterday. Went in, had him page the guy, and he was in Arby's sitting down eating. I'm like, bro, can you move so I can get out? And the truck stop was backed up, so I couldn't back out of the parking spot. And yeah, I was in a real stuck spot, and I didn't want to start my transaction until he left because he didn't pull up very far, and I needed to get reefer fuel, and that bugs the hell out of me when I start a transaction and then it cancels out before I can get the reefer fuel. Then I have to pay 2 transaction fees. So the guy finally came out, and I was like, hey man, can you move? I'm trying to get reefer fuel. And he goes, sorry. And I was like, well, I get it, but sorry, don't pay my bills, and you're killing my ELD here, which I'm sure, I'm gonna assume here I normally don't assume, but I'm going to assume his company probably allows logbook resets. And I'm going to tell you, that boy's got problems when it comes to an English proficiency. He did not have English proficiency. No, no, no. All he could say was, sorry. Sorry. These people don't even know I'm live on YouTube. What are they doing? What are they doing? I hope that didn't mess up my audio. Alright, it sounds alright. It sounds alright. But yeah, old boy blocked me up at the fuel lane. 30 minutes he was in the store. And he may have been in there longer. I pulled up in the pump. And from the time I sat at the pump to the time he moved was 30 minutes. He literally got in his truck with me standing there and peeled an orange while blocking me. I swear, they got to allow us like one ass whooping a month. I mean, at least one. You know, the industry's never going to change if we get, you know, I got to sit here and put up with these dildos like this. I'm just saying. Chunky but Funky's in the house. Hey, Cash, coming in hot from Tucson. Woo! It is hot in Tucson, I bet. Damn it, what are y'all down there, 100 degrees already? Y'all probably 100 degrees already. 74 people in the house, 13 likes. Oh, smash that like button up real nice for me. Get after that like button if you would, please. Let's see if I can hang my light over here somewhere. I'm going to get fancy and screw everything up. Watch me. There we go. That don't make a damn bit of difference. That thing is dead. Yeah, that battery is D-E-E-E dead. Well, I guess there's no reason to have that on. We'll just put that on the charger for a while. Where it at? Where it at? There it is. There we go. Some cheap Chinese lighting I bought. Love them cheap Chinese products. How about y'all? Oh, since for Miles in the house, I was going to deliver in North Dakota, but I decided to go home instead. Screw them. That's right. That is 100%. Scott Rolla says it's Plinko. No, I'm not talking about one of my favorite Price is Right games. I'm talking about, I think it's Panko. Panko breading? Panko. Okay, there is no L. It's Panko. Panko. Okay. It's a Japanese breading. I watched a thing about Panko breading. They like electrocute. I think they electrocute the bread dough or something. I forgot how they do it, but yeah, that was a long time ago. Bow wow. Let me figure out where I was at. I lost my place. Cristiano's in the house. You are really hot, young boy. Thank you. I appreciate that. John says, getting that chicken load? Yes. Tuesday will be chicken load back to Minnesota, I'm sure. They haven't told me what it was. They haven't sent me any information on it. But, you know, when they say, hey, you want to drop down and get a load out of Georgia? That's what we're talking about. Cristiano says, I'm going to send you 500. Woo, come on with it. Until you do it, it's just cheap talk. That's all it is. Touchy99 says, skeet and yeet, come on. Roger Berry, Two Rivers, are you at Burnchicos? I don't know what the hell that means. To Twin Rivers says, you got quite a good old southern accent for a Minnesota boy. Yeah, that's right. I grew up in Tennessee, lived in California for a little while. Now I reside in Minnesota, or as I like to call it, the California of the Midwest. Oh, man. Mike says, get a little rub and tug afternoon delight. Come on. We talking about barbecue sandwiches? A rub and tug? Come on. Scott Rolla, I'm a racist. I love watching Winston Cup car races. Okay. John, which is worse? Fertilizer or smelling piss in the truck stop? The It's funny because this truck stop's got a little bit of a pee smell to it as well. So, um, I'm getting a weird thing going here. It's like fermenting grain and pee smell at this truck stop. Yeah, you wouldn't want to sit here with your windows down. I promise you that. It's a windows up type truck stop. I got a video coming out this afternoon about the Zero Breeze Mark III. I think that'll be posted probably after this live show. I'll probably put it up as a premiere. So if anybody's interested in the Zero Breeze Mark III, check out my links. Yes, sir. It is a fine product. I can tell you honestly right now, a day like today, you would want that. Very humid out, stinky truck stop. Yeah, you wouldn't want to be sitting with your windows down and your fan on today. 300's in the house. What up, fam? Not much. We're hanging out. Thought I'd pop on, do a little live show. I was going to do one this afternoon, but I got that 4 o'clock load time, and I'm going to be there at 3 o'clock because the guy told me sometimes the trains block the entrance. So I'm going to be an hour early, so maybe the train won't block the entrance the whole hour, and then I'll be there, get loaded. He says it takes 2 to 3 hours to get loaded over there. So 4 o'clock, I hope to be out of there by maybe 6. Drive about 2, 3, maybe 4 hours. Or hell, I might just push this on out because I've got here lately where I like running at night more. You know, if you can not get ran over and killed by the Amazon Prime drivers, it ain't bad driving at night. 83 people in the house, 24 likes. Smash that like button for me if you could. Just double tap the screen. That's all you got to do. JC says, brother, I've been sitting at home for 3 weeks. Drive-in rates are effing criminal. Yeah, somebody left me a comment the other day about some drive-in rates, and I was like, I don't know. I seen a news article about Heartland Express is hurting right now. Heartland Express might be selling some stuff, sounds like. Click here in the house says, man, I have an important question. Please read it aloud. I read everything out loud. So if you put a comment in there, if you want it read faster, though, if you really want me to read it, put a super chat on it, Question, would you rather watch a tree grow or a knee grow? Yeah, racism is lame. I'll just tell you right now. I mean, I read it. I knew what you were doing. Anytime someone says, oh, make sure you read this out loud. Oh, yeah. You think I was born last night? I mean, give me a break, man. Make sure you read this out loud or my mama will smack me in the head. You motherless assholes. CJ Hudson says, question. When is Epic Trucking Fails going to do a live? That channel is awesome. Poor bastard. Poor bastard. Scotty Boy's calling me. Fate Trucking's on the phone. Fate Trucking. I don't have notifications on. Yeah, I don't know if I do a live over there or not. That channel's not monetized, so I'm not sure. I'm thinking about maybe trying to get it monetized again, but YouTube doesn't like that channel. YouTube doesn't like Epic Trucking Fails because I don't do anything different that, Bonehead Truckers, Driving with John, Fate Trucking, they all do the same thing. They take videos from the internet and they do a lame-ass voiceover on it. And my voiceovers are better. That's just my opinion. But, YouTube won't let me monetize it. Chief Howler says, yes, empty. I'll be in the left lane for the next 363 miles. Come on. It's Friday, and I got to get to that damn recliner. Hey, I think if you keep hammering on it like you do, you'll be there before the sun goes down. I'm telling you right now. Chief Howler says, I wonder if DIY has called the LPG book resets number? That's a good question. I'll have to ask him about that. Millions in house sounds like Forrest Gump. Sorry? I don't know. Was that meant to be sorry? You cannot insult me if that's what y'all are going for. If you think I sound like Forrest Gump, I don't care. Forrest Gump was an amazing character. You know, he held true to his values, and he made a shit ton of money. I am just saying. Let's see. And I'm pretty sure Jeannie had HIV, and he didn't even catch it. That some bitch is AIDS proof. Germs in the house. Good old 30-minute break. Yes, for sure. JC's in the house. Are there any dry van owners in the chat? What are these rates, man? $1.15 a mile. I had someone talking about a load from, I think it was from Wisconsin to Minnesota earlier. Reefer load for $1.50 a mile. I mean, I don't know. I'm trying to stay above $2 a mile right now. It's kind of my goal for the week is to be above $2 a mile. I ain't happy about that. It's not good, but the fact of the matter is, if I can stay above $2 a mile, you know, I can make some money. But it's craziness. You know, pulling a reefer trailer out here with the inflation we've went through in the last couple years and be at $2 a mile, it's insulting. It is. It is insulting. But I'm still making money at the $2 a mile, so I'm going to run it. But I ain't happy about it. But, hey, you know, when 40% of the new CDLs issued in Illinois are foreign domiciled drivers, I mean, what do we expect, right? I mean, in the first 5 months of this year, 40% of new CDLs in the state of Illinois have been foreign domiciled. This only will change. You know, this executive order that the president signed, I don't think that's really going to change a whole lot, but we'll see. It's got 6 weeks before they kick it into effect. The real effect and the real change will come when the mega carriers can't make money, because they are the ones that control the politicians. What Swift wants, Swift will get. What Schneider wants, Schneider will get. What J.B. Hunt wants, J.B. Hunt will get. And that's when you'll see change. When big mega carriers can't make money. And I think they're kind of in that category now, because you got to think about Heartland Express. You know, Heartland Express doesn't necessarily buy the best equipment. They don't necessarily pay good. And when they're hurting and they're struggling, what's that tell you? Chief Fowler says, I only hit the like video that show cleavage. Oh, damn it, bro. Lulu's in the house. Sup, bro? Jay Doss in the house. Like button is in a weird place on the iPhone. Oh, is it? I didn't know about that. Hopefully you find it. On the Android, you just double tap the screen and it gives you a thumb up. Maybe try that on iPhone. John Foster says, we need higher rates. Yes, for sure we do. You damn right. Sterling Will's in the house. Upvote for Panko. Okay. I touch myself every time you get a like on a video. Woo. He's a little raw, but y'all, he says keep going. Keep on hitting that like button. Chief Air Hauler JC, I've been running 281 to 620 a mile since February. JC in dry van. He's doing he does nursery loads. He's got contacts. That's the thing. You gotta have contacts in this market. You know, this load I'm going to pick up over here this afternoon. I know this broker well. We do a lot of work with this broker, and there's they have their own trucking company, you know, so we get kind of their over. So we got 2 loads picking up over there this afternoon. One was going to Alabama, I believe, and one was going to North Carolina. And it was kind of even money for me. I said I'll take the one that's got a little bit more miles on it because it paid a little better, but they basically paid the same per mile. I don't know. It's like $280 a mile, something like that, I think. Um, how many of them loads you find a week? Yeah, you got to have the contacts. Sterling Wheels says cash is southern Minnesota. Okay. Cheap freight haulers in the house. Yes, drive in. Twin Rivers. Heck yeah, we're from Tennessee, just west of Nashville. Okay. I grew up right around Mont Eagle, going down in that direction. Mike Whitley's in the house. JC says, "How, brother? I can't find loads for $1.80 a mile." You got to work them contacts. Contacts and relationships. That's what's paying off right now. Because if you're, load board everything, man, load board everything don't work right now. It just don't. And what I don't understand is how come companies, I see and hear about companies that have, 20 or 30 trucks and they don't work together. Everybody runs their own deal on the spot market. I just don't understand that. If I had 20 trucks leased on to my carrier, I would be working some contacts, for my benefit and for the contractor's benefits. That is something to ask, when you call a carrier and talk to them about leasing on, ask them, say, do y'all have any kind of freight connections, or, do we just run all spot market, or how does that work? Arthur's in the house. Howdy, what up? John Foster, pee bottles all over the lot. Yeah, pee, the level of grossness in trucking has just exploded in the last 5 years. It's exploded like a overfilled fermented pee bottle laying on an entrance ramp to the freeway. You look around out here now and it's just gross everywhere. People got no respect for themselves, no respect for anyone else. You can tell that just by the people that run down a closed lane. Left lane closed 2 miles. And just watch the people run down the left lane, and it's like there's no decency, no common respect anymore. So that's the world we live in. Skyrolla, have you ever enjoyed the aromatic smell of a mushroom farm or a chicken factory? Oh, I go to chicken factories about once a week. Yes. I did pick up mushrooms in Pennsylvania a couple years ago, and yeah. When they opened that door to that mushroom place, one of the worst smells I ever remember. Another smell that I went to a pickle factory one time down in North Carolina. And that was one of the worst smells, a pickle factory, because all that vinegar, it burned your eyes. I mean, I had to go in there and sign for paperwork, and my eyes were literally tearing up with all that vinegar. So, yeah. Sleeping Moon, do you know any country songs? Woo! I know about every Waylon Jennings song ever made. Come on. I know me a few. I know me a few Merle Haggards. I know me a few Willie Nelsons. Yeah, I like older country like that. I like it when the music sounded like country. Now it sounds like pop music. I mean, they sing about country things, but it's not country music. It's like, I always tell everybody, if you've got to tell me how country you are, you ain't country. If you're like, I like drinking beer out of solo cups. I got a little pee-pee, so I drive a jacked up truck. That's a lyric I just wrote there. Trademark that. You cannot use that. I like drinking beer out of solo cups. I got a little pee-pee, so I drive a big old truck. Now put that to a Britney Spears beat, and you got some modern country. Chief Heller, direct customers, brokers keeping all the money. Come on with it. Gerald says, been driving nights for 6 years. Got to watch for the day cabs too. Yeah. Watch out for the Amazon trucks. The FedEx Willie, Ooh, let me tell you about an Old Dominion's double that'll do 100 mile an hour down a mountain. Lord have mercy, they don't even try to slow down. Them Old Dominions, they'll let her go, baby. Them sons of bitches be doing 100 mile an hour on a downhill. They got places to be. But yeah, the only problem I really find with driving at night is if you had to stop at the truck stop, it's going to be full of Amazon contractors, and they're going to be parked all in the damn way, and they're going to be holding you up. And when you go to pull into your fuel island, they're going to pull into your fuel island before you can get there. I had one in South Carolina last week. I was literally pulling into a fuel island, and this bastard went inside and pulled in a fuel island, and I'm just sitting there like, what are we doing? You know? And I get out. Of course, he don't speak no English, so arguing with him ain't even worth it. You know, there was another driver there. He goes, you can't even argue with him anymore. I said, they wouldn't understand it if I did. So, yeah. Total asshats. Buzz says, is Invincible Season 3 Final Peak? Okay, I've checked that out. I don't know what that is. Karam says, what does... I mean, I don't even get that. It's not even funny. Okay, he says, what does a black man do on the farm? Everything. It's not even funny. Like if you're racist, at least be funny. You know? Something epic's in the house. Howdy, y'all. Just logged in, sitting down to eat lunch. Thanks for coming in. John says, thought Heartland got bought out. No more Davis Trucking in Florida. Went bankrupt, I guess. No, Heartland does the buying. Heartland has bought a few in the last couple years. They bought CFI. They bought... Who else did CFI buy? Or excuse me, who did Heartland buy? They bought what's that one out west? They bought one out of like Washington State. They were like teal colored trucks. That's been about 10, 15 years ago now. But yeah, Heartland buying them up. And I try to explain to people, these mega carriers have money because they don't pay their drivers. Like, there's only so much freight rate. And how does a mega carrier end up with millions and millions and millions of dollars? Because they don't pay their drivers nothing. That's the only place you can make up the money. And that's why Werner and all these others, you know, they did the visa things. You know, they sponsored all these truck drivers to come over here with these visas. You know, you can thank Werner and you can thank all the mega carriers and the ATA, the cancer that is the ATA, in my opinion. There's never been a worse organization for trucking than the ATA. Chris Spears over there making $3 million a year, throwing every trucker he can under a damn bus, that son of a bitch. So, yeah. Thank the ATA. Thank all these mega carriers for sponsoring all these visas. And, you know, the Chicago companies. You know what I mean? Like that girl that hit my trailer about 2 years ago, you know, not even a U.S. citizen, you know, has a New York driver's license and not even a citizen of this country. How do you get a commercial driver? I understand if you get a regular license, you know, because you got to drive to school or drive to work, but how do you get a commercial driver's license and you're not even a citizen of a country? You know, back in the 80s, the Russians said, if you really wanted to conquer America, you wouldn't go to war. You would take advantage of its welfare system. And boy, ain't that the truth. You know, you ain't got to shoot a bullet at America. All you got to do is come over here and sign up for every damn welfare program that they got. And hell, we'll go bankrupt eventually. You know what I mean? You give certain people $6,000-$7,000 a month in you know, housing credits, food stamps. You know, eventually you're going to give it all away. Just a thought. Kevin Walsh says, you think tariffs are going to hurt industry? I don't know. I don't know enough about it, honestly. I feel like a lot of it's panic right now. I think a lot of it is, you know, what has happened to the American economy is we are worried about the right now. We don't look a month down the road. We don't look a year down the road. Hell, we sure as hell don't look 10 years down the road. The American economy is built on the now. And tariffs probably going to hurt in the now. So, yeah, everybody's panicking. You know, a big problem in this country is the way we do publicly traded companies. Everything's about this quarter. Nothing can be thought out to the next quarter or the next quarter. It's got to be this quarter so that the CEO and the board members get their bonuses this quarter. That's what it's really about. That's what it is. So we're short-term thinking in America. We don't plan nothing out. We don't think about nothing. You know, it's unfortunately that's the way I see it. Millen says, not you, Cash. The driver saying sorry. You. Oh, okay. Yeah, I got you. Maybe I'm a little in my feelings today. I didn't know I had feelings, and then I found them. Yeah. They were way, way in the back. Scott Rose says, I finally reached the age where I now wonder just how many of these new drivers are my kids. You get my own. Too many of them, Scott Rolla. Damn it, boy. Something epic says, supposedly Jenny from Forrest Gump had Hep C. Oh, does she have the Hep C? I thought she had the HIVs. Roger Berry, Forrest slept with Jenny. That's enough. Game over. Yeah, he put that on lockdown one time at least because, you know, I think the kid was his, right? You're not telling me Jenny was lying about the kid being Forrest, was it? That would be a good skit comedy bit. Have Forrest Gump on Maury Povich trying to figure out if that little kid from I See Dead People was his. Come on. Fake Trucking's in the house. Hello, I use driving with John videos. I know. Y'all have the worst remake videos I've ever seen. I mean, literally, I see one of those videos and I just throw my phone as far as I can. Milan, Forrest wasn't the only one that slept with Jenny. Oh, no. Jenny was like the carousel at the airport. Okay? Hang on, I'm trying to figure out how to put that together. Yeah. Everybody's luggage dropped in on Jenny. I'm just saying. Poor Jenny. She had self-esteem issues, I think. Something Eric says, ha, cheap Forrest invested in Apple thinking he was actually apples. Yes. Forrest was like, I've almost wondered sometimes, do dumb people go through life much happier than smart people? You know, because I feel like I'm kind of in the middle, you know. I don't feel like I'm completely dumb most days, and I sure as hell know I ain't very smart because you know, stupid is as stupid does, to quote Forrest's mama, and I do a lot of dumb shit. So I just wondered, because sometimes I feel like people that are dumber than me, man, I feel like they go through life so happy. They're just like, you know, just enjoying lollipops and, you know, staring at the wind blow through the trees. You know what I mean? Scott says politicians only listen to companies that own 2 or more politicians. Yeah. Marek's in the house said hi. John, it will get better after July. The market will explode as Trump polls will go up. We got a deal with Ukraine for mineral rights. Everything is looking up. It takes time. Yeah, I see a little bit of that, maybe, I hope. Georgia Rob's in the house. Good morning. Good morning. Some of the says, just double press my iPhone screen and it gave a thumbs up. There you go. Appreciate it. Appreciate you trying that. Mike says, is there any money in those flower loads or nurseries, Cash? I did a flower load this week. It was not a banger, but it was okay. I needed it to get somewhere. I was in Virginia, and I needed to get to Georgia, and they found me a flower load, and it was pretty good. It was 65 degrees, So I didn't use much reefer fuel. It only weighed 2,800 pounds. The paperwork said 14,000, or the rate con said 14,000. The actual bills said 2,800 pounds. 8 pallets, 2,800 pounds. And it loaded quick and it unloaded quick, and there was no lumper fees, there was no capstone involved. And I got to be honest with you, it was only like $2 a mile, but it was like 515 miles, and it paid 1,050. So it was close by. That's a good thing, you know. Like a little to no deadhead. So I would call it a pretty good load. It wasn't great, but it you know, like if it would have paid a little better, it would have been better. But I used hardly any fuel. You know, that 500 miles, even through the mountains, I was getting like 9 miles a gallon at 70 plus miles an hour, you know. I had the cruise control set at 70, and I was letting her roll on the downhills a little bit, you know, up to like 73, 74. And on the uphills, I would let it come down to about 65 because it's a lot of RPMs. When it downshifts to 11 going up a hill, 75 is too many RPMs. So I would let her come down to 65. Either way, got over 9 miles per gallon on that run. So, you know, not great, but a one-day run. Picked it up one morning, delivered it the next morning. There's money in those flower nursery loads if you can get them. A lot of them want a reefer trailer though. You got to know some people to get a lot of those loads on a dry van. But there's money in it. Shannon Thomas is in the house. What's up, Shannon Thomas? Thanks for coming in. Brian says dedicated work is still and will always be the only real consistency way to sustain in trucking. New Mexico and Texas has some absolutely filthy truck stops, not to mention Missouri. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Twin Rivers Wood Products says, wow, that's great. Awesome. I grew up in Altamont in Grundy County. I know where you at. I cut a track of timber right behind the stage in Monteagle. Been all up and down Monteagle Mountain. Going to Stephenson, Alabama right now. Nice. Nice. Liam Neeson's in the house. You know the Skibbity song. I do know the Skibbity song. Because I have Skibbity Toilet Riz. I have Skibbity Ohio Riz. I have a 6-year-old. I know all of that stuff. My goal in life is to just keep having kids, and they'll keep me forever young. So, you know, if any of you ladies out there are looking, I'm just saying I'm due another one. My youngest is 6. I'm due another one. Freight Up Trucker says, Pickle Factory, let's leave our off home time out of this. Yes. I ran backwards through the pickle factory. Grill says, if you want fast food, hit Bambi at 65. Damn it. I'd prefer not to if I could. CJ says, with self-driving vehicles, now the sad country will be my woman and my truck left me all at the same time. Damn it. Scott Rollo, I sing Bob Willis while driving. Hey, respect on that. Respect that. Something says, 2 worst smells I've ever experienced. Wood to paper factory and opening a car that had week old dead body during heat wave. Oof, yeah. Yeah, I found a dead body one time. That was pretty gross. Dude had ran a hose from his tailpipe up into his car in his garage, and I found that. So yeah, he'd been there a few days. It was pretty wicked. Question says, is there some pretty lot lizards out there? Hell, I couldn't tell you. I ain't seen a lot lizard in 5 years, and she looked weird, like not even ugly, just weird. I would not have let that in my truck, you know. It might have been a Cheech and Chong false advertisement deal, you know, at the beginning of Up in Smoke when Chong is dressed like a woman. I saw a really pretty hitchhiker yesterday, and then I thought, that's probably a man, because I only seen her from far away, you know. I was like, that's that's probably a dude. When you reach down there, you're trying to get you a handful of angel haired pasta, and then you're fighting the battle of the bulge. Anybody remember that? Ironhead Productions in the house. What's up? JB made it in. Millis. Yep, there's another one they bought. That's a Heartland company now. Scott Rolla, pretty lot lizards are undercover cops. Yeah, probably. Richie says the Punjabis don't get sponsored. But their own trucks. Yeah, what you talking about? Yeah, for sure. Roger Berry says Heartland has bought Gordon. That's the one I was thinking of. Gordon. They bought Interstate Truckload out of Tennessee, and they bought Millis out of Wisconsin, and 49% of Smith Transport. Wow, I didn't know that. That's crazy. So there you go. Silver Turkey says, hopefully after Trump is done, we won't have to worry about ATA as much. Yes, for sure. DIY Simi says, no Obama hat? No, I'm in Iowa. It's an Iowa tradition to come and go. Anybody? Xlo says, I don't think any founding stock Americans have ever received $6,000 a month in government assistance. I don't think any founding stock Americans have ever received $6,000 a month in government assistance. It used to be called a blue collar job. Yeah, and we worked for a living. Yeah. Now that's something I heard, but I heard certain families in Minnesota can get up to $6,000 a month in welfare. I don't know that to be a fact. Just, talking out my ass. But someone did tell me that one time. Between housing assistance, food stamps, and this is like a couple that has 6 kids can get $6,000. But I'm like, that's like a full-time good-paying job. $6,000 a month. What is that, like $1,300 a week or something like that? If you factor in, 4.4 weeks a month. What is that? Let me look that up real quick. 6,000 divided by 4.4. Yeah, that's $1,363 a week. Hell, you could lease a prime truck for that kind of money. I'm just saying. Let's see. Johnson's probably the same way people coming here from other countries and buying gas and truck stops and going to crap. Yeah. A lot of that going on. DIY Semi, are you Jenny from the block? Ooh, different Jenny. But she gets around just as much. I guess both Jennies are get around girls. Woo, man. I'm talking about take a number, son. 18-wheeler says, do I need my hazmat endorsement to be a piss choke man part-time? Thinking about picking up some part-time work on my 10 at the truck stops. Yeah, if you get you a grabber, don't be touching those with your hands. Get a shovel maybe. Scott says Jilly was like the courthouse doorknob. Everyone opened her up. Come on now. Mike says you can't. Okay. Something epic says ignorance is bliss. Is why stupids are generally so happy. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Maybe I should fall and hit my head and I'd be happier. Chief Ray Holler says Forrest's mom cared a lot about his education. Oh, you damn right she did. Forrest's mama knew how to get a boy an education. I'm just telling you. Balling on the budgets in the house. Ignorance is bliss. Facts. That is a fact. Nitro made it in. Greetings from stopped traffic. Ooh. That's why I'm not running days here lately. Been preferring running nights here lately. Martin says Heartland bought Interstate. That's for damn sure they did. I forgot about that one. I forgot that company even existed. In Lebanon, Tennessee, Interstate used to have a yard there, and Night Transportation bought that yard from Heartland. Chi-Town Bound channel member says, you're doing way better than me. I pull a van, and these last 2 weeks I can't get more than low 5,000s on the gross for the week. Hopefully you're not putting in a lot of miles for that, but yeah, it's pretty nasty out here right now. Mike says, you can't be too dumb, Cash. You seem to be running a pretty successful trucking operation. I watch your weekly recaps every week, doing the best you can with what you got. Yeah, I put a lot of credit on that on my carrier. My carrier has building relationships and a reputation for 10 years, and I work off of that. Um, that's a big part of it, and you know, it is what it is. Thank you for the compliment, though. Batman says she belongs to the streets. Oh, you damn right. You damn right. Scott Rolla says DIY cash on Heartland. Woo, I wish. I'd cut the pay today if I owned Heartland. Y'all, them drivers be making nothing. I'm just kidding. I'm only kidding, Heartland drivers. When I buy your company, don't worry. You'll never get a raise, though. The inflation will kill you. Floyd's in the house? No. Scott says, wait, you can make payments with an EBT card? Oh, I'm sure you can. Hell, I would. John says, don't be mad, but Minnesota is too far left. What wrong with people up there? Minnesota is the California of the Midwest. I didn't move there by choice. Okay. I lived in California a little while. I enjoyed that scene for a little while, but living's too expensive out there. I would have moved back to Tennessee probably, but women, long legs and tight shirts and whatnots. Floyd says night is greedy. Oh, you damn right they are. Youngblood says kick in the retard. With both feet, hey y'all, I hope all is well. Yeah, we're doing good. 18-wheeler Lineage bought 5 or 6 Tyson distribution centers in the U.S. Wow. That's a big deal. That's pretty interesting. Are they going to buy them and lease them back or something? I wonder how that works. Something Epic says, hoping I'll get some investment money to start up my own owner-operator company, but your next live show, still debating what freight to haul. Any suggestions? Planning running west of the Rockies. Ooh, west of the Rockies. Sorry about your luck. No, pull whatever freight works for you. That's the key. You got to be happy with trucking. You know what I mean? You don't want to do something you ain't going to be happy with, because then every day is going to be miserable and you're not going to do it. You're going to want to quit. So find the freight that fits your personality. Find the freight that works for the area you live in would be another suggestion of mine. Sean Trucking with BS says, why do you think they are called Heartless Express? Yeah, because they dirty, dog. They dirty. Something Epic says lag spike. Okay. X-Loader says Tennessee would be all right. They don't have income tax there, right? Yeah, no income tax in Tennessee. But if you wanted to move to Tennessee, you should have bought in about 10 years ago. All the people from the expensive states like California and New York, they're all moving there and running the price of land up. I wish I'd have hung on to my house in Tennessee. My God, I wonder what that thing's worth. I should look that up on Zelle or Zillow. Zillow's the one. Yeah, Zelle's the one where you send the money. I should look that up on Zillow and see what my house would be worth now. Might make me cry. Might make me cry a little bit. I bet that thing's doubled in value because they built a new 4-lane road about a mile from that house. So value probably went up like crazy. Floyd says try refrigerator. Yeah, refrigerator. 18-wheeler says they bought Pottsville, PA, Macon, Georgia, Ole, Kansas, Tulsa, Arizona, and Rochelle, Illinois. $1 billion. Damn it, boy. So Lineage has got $1 billion to drop around. Damn. Pottsville, PA, Macon, Georgia, Olathe, Kansas, Tolleson, Arizona, and Rochelle, Illinois. Lineage bought them up. Damn, that's good info. I'd missed that. I didn't see that. Floyd says, myself drive-in. All right. Cheever Heller says, Cash, you could probably find your next baby mama on Broadway Nights. What is Broadway Nights? I'll have to look into that. John says, I live in Ohio. X-Load says, going through the Smoky Mountains ain't too fun, though, especially since that I-40 washed out. They got that curb right on the zipper now, and Jersey barriers on both sides. Ugh, yeah, I don't like running like that. That ain't my kind of running. But I think I'm going to hop off here, everybody. I don't want to lose my voice because, I got YouTube videos to make and whatnot. Thanks for hanging out with me for an hour. I much appreciate it. Smash that like button. 86 people in here. Give me that like button. I much appreciate it. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out and watching. Bye.